Hello everyone. How are you doing? I hope you are doing well. Today, in our lesson, we shall discuss direct and indirect speech. The indirect speech is also called as reported speech. So, what is direct? Direct or direct? It has two pronunciations. You can either say direct or direct. Also, indirect or indirect. Both options are possible. So, what is direct and indirect speech? So, in Uzbek we have ko'chirma gapni o'zlashtirma gapga aylantirish. In English we have direct, changing direct speech into indirect speech. So, what are they? So, let's imagine a situation. So, pay attention. A. You saw Paul yesterday and you want to tell somebody what he said. There are two ways of doing this. You can repeat Paul's words in direct speech. For example, Paul said, I am feeling ill. This is a direct speech. This kind of direct speech is mostly found in dialects, in written form, and sometimes in subtitles. Or you can use reported speech. Paul said that he was feeling ill. In Uzbek, özleştirmegen. So, in communication, in oral speech, we use reported speech. Another name, indirect speech or indirect speech. So, direct speech is ko'chirma gap, indirect speech is özleştirme gap. And Paul said, somebody said is author speech, muallif gap. Let's compare. So, Paul said, I am feeling ill. In writing, we use these quotation marks to show direct speech. So, in order to show direct speech, we use quotation mark in a written speech. Let's look its reported form. Paul said that he was feeling ill. So, you see, we made here some changes while changing direct into indirect speech. Firstly, pronouns, then the tense. Okay, how do we change direct into indirect? Let's look through part B. When we use reported speech, the main verbal sentence is usually past. Paul said that, somebody said that, told that, etc. So, because it is reported, mostly reported in the past form. For example, I told her that, etc. The rest of the sentence is usually past too. For example, you have to do the following changes. For example, in general, the present indirect speech changed to past in the reported speech. Aims are to was, were, do, does, did, have, has, had, will, would, can, could, and etc. In other words, you change them in the following way. So, you change present simple into past simple, present continuous into past continuous, present perfect into past perfect, present perfect continuous into past perfect continuous, past simple also past perfect, past continuous also past perfect continuous, future into future in the past forms, all of them. And modal verbs take obtain their past forms as well. For example, let's look through some compared with direct and in reported speech. You met Anna. Here are some of the things she said in direct speech. I have lost my phone. Later you tell somebody what Anna said. You use reported speech. So in order to report her speech, you use reported speech or indirect speech. So, I have lost my phone. Anna said that she had lost her phone. You see, I have lost was changed into she had lost. I want to buy a car. She said that she wanted to buy a car. I can't come to the party on Friday. She said that she couldn't come. Can't was changed into couldn't. I don't have much free time. She said that she didn't have much free time. My parents are fine. She said that her parents were fine. I'm going away for a few days. She said that she was going away for a few days. I'll phone you when I get back. She said that she would phone me when she got back. Okay, pay attention. Part C. The past simple did, so, knew can stay the same in report speech, or you can change it to the past perfect. But it happens mostly when it has a time indicator. For example, years, for example, in 1940, in 1960, yesterday, and so on. So pay attention. You can remain. You may not change the past simple into past perfect, or when there are some time indicators such as yesterday, in last week, last year, and etc. Also, you can remain must in the obligation form. For example, he said, "I must go." He said that he must go. Okay, and as you see, so you changed. We must change the pronouns, subject pronouns, object pronouns, possessive case forms, and demonstrative pronouns, time indicators, and the tenses. Now let's look through some exercises. Let's see. Exercise 47.1. Are you going to work today, Paul? No, I am feeling late. Paul didn't go to work. He said he was feeling ill. So, I am feeling ill. He said he was feeling ill. As you see. Shall we walk to the station? You asked. Tom said, no, it's too far. Let's get a taxi. I wanted to walk to the station, but Tom said he wouldn't. Tom said he would get a taxi because it was far. Have you been invited to the party? Yes, but I don't want to go. Anna has been invited to the party, but she told me she didn't want to go. 4. You say, when are you going away, Dan? You're asking Dan. Dan, I'll let you know next week. It's a direct speech. I asked Dan about his travel plans. He said he would let me know the next week. You, do you ever see Rachel these days? I asked Ben about Rachel, but he told me he hadn't seen her for a while. You ask Kate, where can I borrow a guitar? You can borrow mine, she answers. I need to borrow a guitar, and Kate said I could borrow hers. 7. How's your job, Sue? I'm not enjoying it very much, Sue answers. I asked Sue about her job. She said she wasn't enjoying it very much. 8. You ask James, do you still have your car? He answers, no, I sold it a few months ago. I asked James about his car. He told me he had sold it. He sold it a few months ago. In this place, you should use past simple because there is a time indicator ago. You ask Sarah, what's the name of the cafe we went to? She answers, I don't know. I asked Sarah the name of the cafe we went to, but she said she didn't know. Okay, and the last one, you ask Amy, how many students are there in your class, Amy? She answers 20. I asked Amy about her school, and she told me there were 20 students in her class. That's all. As you see, we made necessary changes, tense, pronouns, and time indicators. You can do the rest of activities and exercise in this way. So, see you. Bye bye. Lesson is over.